Do you believe wholeheartedly that Jay-Z's your father?
I really do. And if it's not, why you can't prove me wrong? Like, it's not far as a proving me wrong thing. It's go to the courtroom and basically do what everybody else would have to do. Like, it's not, you don't have to prove me wrong. I just want the truth. So much in running, and it just really dawned on me. It's the man that my mom was underage when she consumed me. Anyone who'd have been older.
What if hip-hop's most untouchable kingpin had a secret he's been running from for over 30 years? Not a lost verse, not a business feud, but a son. For decades, one man has claimed that Jay-Z is his biological father, while the world looked the other way. But now a judge has flipped the script and forced Jay-Z to respond. He has until July 18th. And what happens next could change everything. But here's where it gets messy. 50 Cent is stirring the pot, Nicki Minaj just jumped into the drama, and somehow even Beyoncé's name is getting dragged into the chaos. Behind the headlines are whispers of cover-ups, shadowy court dealings, and a past Jay-Z may have spent decades trying to bury. This isn't just a paternity case, it's a ticking time bomb wrapped in fame, money, and secrets that refuse to stay buried. And if what's being uncovered is true, Jay-Z's entire empire might be standing on a lie. It all started in 1992 when a teenage girl named Wanda said she met Jay-Z in Philadelphia. According to her, he picked her up and brought her to his aunt's apartment in Brooklyn, New York. She was 16, he was 22. Wanda said they used protection, but it failed. And after that one night, Jay-Z disappeared from her life. She didn't know how to reach him. No phone number, no address, just a memory and a pregnancy. Wanda gave birth to a baby boy, Rymir. And although another man, her then boyfriend Robert Graves, was listed on the birth certificate, a DNA test in 2011 confirmed Robert wasn't the father. That's when Wanda told Rymir the truth. She said there had only been two men, Robert and Jay-Z. And if Robert wasn't the father, well, you do the math. Rymir's world flipped upside down. He wasn't just any young man from Philly anymore. He might be the son of Sean Carter, Jay-Z, the billionaire rapper, mogul, and cultural icon. But getting Jay-Z to acknowledge him, that would be nearly impossible. If you're wondering why Jay-Z wouldn't just take a DNA test and get this over with, you're not alone. But according to Rymir, the answer may be far more complicated and far more damaging than people think. See, if Wanda was telling the truth about being 16 when Jay-Z allegedly took her across state lines, this case wouldn't just expose a hidden child, it could potentially expose a crime. Transporting a minor across state lines for any kind of sexual activity is a serious federal offense. And if that happened in 1992, Jay-Z would have been an adult, fully aware of what he was doing. Rymir supporters believe that's exactly why Jay-Z has been dodging the paternity test for years. Not because he's unsure of the truth, but because confirming it would open a legal and public relations nightmare. It might explain why Jay-Z, a man known for fighting back fast when defamed, has stayed silent about this. Just last year, he responded immediately to an outrageous claim involving Diddy and a 13-year-old. But with Rymir, nothing, just silence. And silence can say a lot. Rymir didn't take his story to social media first. He tried to go through the legal system, believing the courts would protect the truth. But what happened next only raised more questions. Wanda initially filed a civil case seeking child support from Jay-Z. But the case was tossed out, not because it lacked merit, but because it was filed in the wrong state. They never refiled. Jay-Z's legal team claimed he wasn't a relevant party in Rymir's custody, and therefore didn't need to be involved. Case closed. That's when Rymir stepped up. Determined to prove the truth, he pushed the case forward himself, representing his own interest. But what he encountered felt less like justice and more like a cover-up. He says lawyers began behaving strangely, judges ignored key evidence, and as the years passed, it felt like the courtroom was stacked against him. Rymir believes Jay-Z's legal team was using its power and money to influence the system, from lawyers to judges, to make the case disappear. In his words, "If you can't see what's happening here, I don't know what else we can do. The fraud is right in front of their faces. It's like walking into a courtroom already being treated like the criminal." As Rymir kept pushing, things got even darker. He claims that not only was he blocked at every turn, he was also targeted. At one point, Rymir says his car was shot at, bullet holes, damage, fear. Someone wanted him silenced. He also says that something was planted in his car and that he was pulled over under suspicious circumstances. It didn't feel random, it felt like a warning.
If true, this wasn't just a legal battle anymore. It was a life-or-death game of intimidation. Rymir's story echoes others who've claimed to be targeted after going against powerful music industry figures. It's not proof, but it's chilling. And according to Rymir, these tactics didn't start recently. He's been feeling the pressure for years.
But with this new court order in hand, he's refusing to back down. Rymir's legal nightmare didn't end with courtroom drama and intimidation. In fact, things took an unexpected turn when whispers of influence at the highest levels of music royalty started to surface. Rymir's godmother once claimed that Beyoncé herself played a quiet but critical role in trying to shut this case down. According to her, someone close to Beyoncé allegedly said something chilling: "Tell that boy to go away." Whether it was a warning, a dismissal, or something else entirely, it left a mark. And it didn't stop there. Rymir recently uncovered what might be a game-changing piece of evidence, an old excerpt from Tina Knowles' book. In it, Beyoncé's mother reportedly confirms that Jay-Z had property in New Jersey around the time of the alleged conception. That detail matters because one of the biggest reasons Jay-Z's legal team has avoided the DNA test is by claiming he had no ties to New Jersey, making it impossible to legally compel him to take one. But if that property existed, that excuse falls apart. Which raises the question, has Jay-Z's team been lying under oath? And if so, why go through all that just to avoid a DNA test? It was the post that exploded across social media, 50 Cent calling out Jay-Z and highlighting Rymir's paternity claims for the world to see. And right after, Nicki Minaj reposted it with a cryptic comment that left people stunned. "Is this why he was trending the other day? I don't know. To God be the glory," she wrote. Now, if you know anything about 50 Cent, you know he thrives on exposing secrets, but Nicki Minaj entering the chat, that hit different. Because behind the scenes, she has her own score to settle with Jay-Z and his circle. In recent interviews and posts, Nicki's made one thing clear. She believes Roc Nation, the company helmed by Jay-Z and Desiree Perez, sabotaged her career. She's accused them of interfering with her freedom of speech, attacking her family, and trying to control her narrative. Even more shocking, Damori Hadley, the estranged daughter of Roc Nation's CEO Desiree Perez, spoke out publicly. She claimed the company tried to institutionalize her after she started digging into what really went on behind closed doors. She even said Roc Nation sabotaged Nicki Minaj on purpose to silence her influence and protect their own power. According to Demery, Nicki was targeted. Her husband was attacked in the press, her child was dragged into the spotlight, and her platforms were allegedly being shadow banned in a coordinated effort to shut her down. Why? Because she wouldn't play by the rules. She wouldn't stay silent. Now, Nicki is amplifying Rymir's case and applying serious pressure. She even hinted that Jay-Z owes her money. And while she didn't say it outright, her message was clear. She's fed up, and she's not protecting anyone anymore. This isn't just about a paternity case anymore. It's a power struggle, a public reckoning. And it's forcing people to ask, what else has Jay-Z been hiding? Transition. But let's not forget the core issue, the one thing Jay-Z has managed to avoid for over a decade. Until now. Let's get to the heart of it. Why hasn't Jay-Z simply taken the test? We're talking about a man who built his empire by being 10 steps ahead, handling lawsuits, smears, and headlines like a chess master. Jay-Z has never hesitated to clear his name, unless it involves Rymir. Every time the request for a DNA test comes up, his legal team sidesteps it. They argue that Jay-Z isn't a New Jersey resident. They say he can't be forced to comply in that state. And for a long time, that excuse worked. But then Rymir found something in the fine print that could blow it all up. Beyoncé's mother, Tina Knowles, admitted in her book that Jay-Z owned property in New Jersey during the critical period in question. If that's true, then Jay-Z was within jurisdiction, meaning the court can compel him to take a paternity test, and his lawyers may have knowingly misled the court. That's not just dodging responsibility. That's perjury. That's obstruction. Even more suspicious, Rymir says that Jay-Z once tried to settle things privately. Allegedly, Jay's in-house lawyer reached out and floated the idea of signing Rymir to a record label, asking about his music. But the deal never happened, and the communication suddenly stopped. Why try to settle something in secret if there's nothing to hide? And there's more. Wanda, Rymir's mother, was a minor when Jay-Z allegedly transported her across state lines. If that's proven, it's not just a scandal, it's a federal offense with no statute of limitations. Rymir believes this is the real reason Jay-Z has done everything to avoid the courtroom. Because a paternity test wouldn't just prove fatherhood, it could open the door to something far more damaging, the unraveling of a multi-million-dollar empire built on silence. But that silence may finally be coming to an end. because after decades of denials and delays, a judge just changed everything. For years, Rymir's voice was ignored, his case tossed out, his evidence dismissed. But now, everything has shifted. A judge has officially ordered Jay-Z to respond to Rymir's filing by July 18th, 2025. This isn't just another motion or technical delay. This is a direct order from the court, and it marks the first time Jay-Z has been legally forced to acknowledge the case. The language from the judge was clear. The court granted Rymir's request to move forward and extended the response deadline to July 18th. Jay-Z is out of places to hide, and the public, they're watching closely. Thousands have rallied behind Rymir, supporting his demand for the truth. Celebrities are amplifying his voice. Social media is buzzing, and for the first time, the power imbalance is shifting. But not everyone believes Rymir is being honest. Some say he's clout chasing, others ask, what does he really want? Rymir has been clear. He says he doesn't want Jay-Z's money. He doesn't expect Jay to be a father. He's not looking for fame. He wants the truth. If you're not my father, Rymir said, then just take the test. Why keep saying no? That's the question echoing across the internet right now. If Jay-Z has nothing to hide, then what's he so afraid of? At the end of the day, this isn't just about Jay-Z and Rymir. It's about something bigger. Power, legacy, and what people in high places will do to protect their image. It's about how the legal system sometimes favors money over justice, how silence is used as a weapon, and how the truth has a way of clawing its way to the surface, no matter how many times it's buried. Jay-Z has until July 18th to respond. And whether he complies or continues to dodge, the world is watching. So now the question is yours. What happens if Rymir is telling the truth? And what does that mean for one of the most untouchable men in music? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Jay-Z will finally face this or keep running? Because in a world of power and silence, sometimes it's the quiet ones who expose the loudest secrets. If you like this video, then hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to What's News for more videos like this.